Hello and welcome everyone to another beautiful discussion on Meet the Authors. And I like to do these monthly because we love to connect with other like-minded people who maybe have passion for writing, have thought about becoming an author, or just want to come and connect with us. So here we are again, and we're gonna dazzle you with some great insights and some amazing news. And I'll hand it over to Nikki, who has something exciting to tell us. Welcome, Nikki. So nice to have you here.
Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whoever you are and wherever you are, welcome. Yes, I do have good news. Let's see.
Bravo. So tell us about your amazing co-author book.
I I co-authored this book with several other women. It's called Quantum Manifestation. If you're reading it backward, and it's harnessing the law of attraction to realize your dream life. So it's a bunch of stories about all different individuals coming from different manners of discipline, different manners of living, different manners of thinking, and we all caught on to a manner of manifestation and living within that for making things happen. And we share our stories and our perspectives, how we do it. And that just came out. So it's on Amazon, and I'd love to see you there and getting your copy. We still have the electronic version at a really reasonable price. So scoot on over there and you can have some good reading for the Christmas break.
Wow, that's wonderful, and congratulations on that, Nikki. Very exciting news indeed. And yes, we will also post a link in this video for Amazon. And another exciting news, I will be doing an interview with Nikki later today in regards to this amazing book and why she chose that book more in depth and the story she has to tell us. But I'd like to get back on track with what does it take to be an author? What you may or may not need, how is it different from anything else you may have seen there. So Nikki will take us through some exciting news and some great insights as well.
I was speaking to a lady, like I've done a few of these books already. Let me just grab one. I think I'm not doubling. Like I've done a few of these books
Wow.
already. So I have spoken with the lady who has done this one. This one here, Embrace Courage. A lovely, lovely, highly educated woman who just changed gears and is in this momentum and in this works in this direction now. And she was saying that before she settled with Action Takers Publishers, who is the company that I'm with as well, that everybody wants to write. We all have a passion. There's a lot of people out there advertising. There's a lot of people trying to pull out your emotional strings and so on and so forth to get you to engage and then to get you to go with them, but which she did. And her experience was not as wonderful as you would like to think. So the first thing I want to do is tell you to shop. Make sure you know the publisher you're going with and what that entails, because it makes a huge difference. All of these 5 books are number one, not only in my own country, but they're also international. So find the right company to work in liaison with you that will promote and that will foster the perfect timing of influence that this story has for your journey, for your business, for your life, for your personal evolution, for your counting on your accountability of your natural gift that you're trying to foster and bring out and be the best person you could be. That's really important. Like, everybody has at least one good story, one good book that they can share, that they can leave behind as a legacy. And you don't want somebody that's just in it to like the business. We were talking earlier about some people who solicit you, and then if they find out that you're not a fit, they fall off and they stop talking to you. Well, you can be talking to that type of person and thinking, this is a good job, this is the right person, this is, I'm feeling good, I'm doing all this. And then when you get a certain amount of work done and a certain amount of writing and expressing and trying to get your momentum started, this person will serve you to a point, and then certain expectations will fall short. So I want to say, of course, I have a biasness, but seriously consider Action Takers Publishing.
Yes, and that's actually how I got into the publishing world is because of Nikki. Because when we first met, we chatted, but then I've always wanted to write something, but I never really quite knew how. And doing a whole book seemed like it was a little bit too much for me at that time. So when Nikki introduced me to being co-author, and my first book that I did with Action Takers Publishing is Midlife Awakening, I was like, "Oh, that sounds interesting." So I trusted Nikki. We talked about it more. It built up more, like I wanted to find out more about it. So it seemed like it was a perfect fit for me. And in the process, it wasn't as hard as I was thinking it would be. In my mind, it seemed like it might be something out of reach, but honestly, it was I don't want to say use the word easy, but in a sense it was like easy flow. Like she told me about how it works, the process, how they edit and things like that. I was like, you know what, that sounds very interesting, I'm in. So I signed up. Before I knew it, I was doing my first chapter, it was edited, and off it went. And I liked the process so much with Action Takers Publishing because of the ease and flow that I ended up doing a second and third book with them as well. And one along this year too. Um, so even if you've never written a book, don't worry, we got you covered. I've never done one, and I thought it was gonna be scary. It was not scary at all. And the thing is, even if you're not quite you have the idea in your head, but you're not quite sure how to put it, we can help you with that too. So we have a team of experts with Action Takers Publishing. We are here to help you with that. So don't be afraid. You got that story you've been wanting to tell. Now's your time.
Yes, that's the key, is knowing it's your time also. I really want to encourage you to search yourself and um, not, this is something that where you're searching yourself and you're doing all sorts of things, you always have the ability to take this one project, and put it on the shelf and say another time. I don't know why. It just comes with the nature of thinking of this kind of process, that is when you're putting your priorities and you're building your business, you're sharing your life, you're feeling that there's something that's got to be done now. The thought of such a project will come into your mind, but if there's two or three issues that come in with you at the same time, or project considerations, it's easy for your nature to say, I'm going to put this one aside. Where I want to encourage you to challenge yourself when I get that thought in your mind, and realize that that might be a probing to tell you, yeah, now might be the best time for this. Because as you're building, sometimes you have tentacles of other business going on, or methods of building your business, or moving forward in your creativeness. And some of that is marketing, some of that could be advertising, some of that could be just admin, some of that could be preparing and learning and so on. And all of those things could be justified in priority over your doing you're writing and you're using this as an expression. But I want to tell you that building momentum or building completion or building uh, your brand, it all has to do with this. Like this ties into all of that, all of you. Even if you're trying to make yourself a little, or you're not realizing it, but you're looking to make yourself a little more complete, that makes a big difference in your representation. Like the first book I did here was this courage book. And I have to tell you, once I put the work in, it caused me a feeling of completion, but it caused me a feeling of satisfaction that is so profound and so deep within yourself that you don't even know it's there because you've never embraced it before. And it is such a fantastic essence of completion for you that I'm almost 100% sure. Ava, you could go for the 100 or you could correct me on this, but it shows in your presentation. It shows in your person. It shows in your vibration. It shows in your sense of creation. It shows in the level of awareness you live in when you're speaking you after you've done this, right?
Right, exactly. And I love that you're sharing that. And I love to add something here as well. I want to share with you top two things I hear from people. I don't have enough time to write a chapter. Believe me, we do have time. And as much as I think we can think that way, writing a chapter is far less time consuming than writing an entire book. With a collaboration book, you get the benefits of sharing the workload while still experiencing the thrill and accomplishment of becoming a published author. And I think, because people right away think of it maybe a whole book or something, they get scared and things like that. Believe me, at first I was like, well, how am I gonna write? You know what? You can, even if you start with one sentence or one paragraph a day, and then you have that inspiration, have a notebook with you, start writing it down, and eventually you get to a point where when you join all that together, boom, you have one chapter. So it's not as time consuming as people actually think that it is. It's just in our brain, honestly. Second one, I hear a lot, I'm nervous about sharing my personal story. Believe me, I was there too. But many of our authors also felt this way. The beauty of a collaboration book is that you're part of a supportive community of writers who understand and share similar fears. Plus, you control actually what and how you share. So, there's always around that. Like, even for myself, I'm like, well, how can I put it so I don't offend anyone, but still get my story across? So, if you feel like that's something you might be thinking about, we can help you with that too. So, believe me, there's always a way around something, and it's not as complicated as our brains sometimes want to make it for us. And it's sometimes it's automatic fear or something, but at the same time, look how many people you can impact with the story you haven't told yet. You can help somebody who's been sitting there and thinking about the same thing you are. So it's not just about, writing, it's making that impact in the world. So those are the top two things I see coming up a lot. I don't have the time, or I'm scared to share my story. There's always ways around that, and we can always help with you if you need that help.
Absolutely. Absolutely. This is one line that I'm just reading to you out of Action Line Publishers webpage. And I'm sure this is Linda Sunshine West that said this. And she said, don't watch from the sidelines as other authors capture the spotlight. You know, that's that's got such a ring to it, even though I'm writing books and I'm doing stuff, and um that's a part of my life now. I still look at Facebook and I still look at other places and I still see and I still have that essence of, oh, that person has captured this, and I felt like, oh, I could have been there. I could have chosen that kind of thing too. So it's important for you to get involved, and it's important for you to not stay on the sidelines. Um, Even with my business, I do mindset coaching and mindset success coaching. And even there, with doing this work, some of the marketing that I do and some of the advertising that I used to, or I thought I would have to do, doesn't exist because the book goes before me. Like the publisher here, again, I'm blowing the horn for Action Takers Publisher, but they give you all the material to merchandise or to market with, to set forward. You don't have to worry about any kind of preparation, any kind of things that you have to do in the middle. Like even when you write, they they make it very easy enough for you to write the chapter, and then there's the completion. So we have the advertising in the beginning, we have the announcements in the beginning, we have the statements of joy and excitement in the middle, and then we have the celebration. And all of that isn't directed by us, it's directed by the publishing companies. So we don't have to worry. We don't have to wear those different hats. We don't have to do anything. We just have to share our story. So all that bundle, all that fear, all the negatives, all the things that Eva can tell you the reasons why she gets, they they're completely removed because of the essence, because you make the right choice in the publisher. And then it just comes down to the to you again. To you again, just being able to say your story and being able to share. And the world needs you. I mean, you're here because you're here in this day and age for a reason. And you have your gifts, you have your perspectives, you have your manner of serving and knowing. And your wisdom, your experience, your knowledge, and your sharing is important to the rest of us. So it's a very good idea to get into something like a chapter instead of a full book to get started.
Exactly. Sorry, go ahead, Nikki.
Oh, that was just going to say, or to feel fulfilled.
Yeah. So imagine being a published author and not just a published author, international best-selling author, someone who has contributed to a collection that will inspire, inform, and leave an impact in this world. And it is definitely needed more than ever. So I would say don't let the opportunity slip by. We have amazing many collaboration books that are ready to be filled. Nikki has one of hers. I have a couple of mine. So please join us in a collaboration book and step into the world of published authors, where your story is no longer confined to your thoughts, but shared with the world. So let's make your voice heard, connect with us, and we'll be definitely ready to help you, guide you, and inspire you to do so much more in this world. So I would like to thank you guys for joining us today. And I hope you have a wonderful day. And Nikki, last words?
Join us.
Yes, guys, thank you so much. And we'll post all the information in this video. So have a wonderful day. Until next time, see you then.